What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and I am back to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, y'all know I have been so excited for this season to start back up. So, y'all, we got to get into it like we always do. Let's get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force. Yes, blessing the reap.
Y'all ever want to just say it with your chest without saying it with your words? Well, here's your chance to do it. Click the link below or visit www.shayrenee.net and pick the design that fits what you have to say today. All right, y'all. So, Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 1. The ladies of Potomac are back, okay? Now, yeah, if you don't know, now you'll know. I am a native DMV Washingtonian, so this show is near and dear to my heart, okay? So the episode starts off where Giselle and Karen are setting up a picnic amongst the cherry blossoms in DC, okay? So they're talking about Ashley and her divorce and all the things that are going on out in the blogs. And that actually Giselle actually talked to Ashley, and Ashley did confirm that she is in fact going to divorce Michael. So Robin rolls up, and she's basically talking about it as well. So they're all having a little conversation about the whole situation. So Ashley comes and she confirms, yes, I am going to divorce Michael. We're actually separated at this time. But then they get to talking, and Ashley is like, yeah, but we about to go ahead and buy a house together. Say what? Ashley, you about to do what? I thought that was absolutely insane. Okay. So before all of that, let me talk about this, because this is important, because Karen shaded the heck out of Miss Mia. So they go back and forth talking about Ashley and her situation. Ashley asked Karen about Ray, and she said he's, Ray's doing well. So they talk about Karen and Ray's 17-year difference, their age gap. And she says, she's 17 years younger than Ray. And then, what's her face? Robin was like, well, I thought you was 14 years younger than him. You said that before. She was like, listen, I ain't Mia. I know how much younger I am than Ray, and it ain't changing. So don't try to come for me. So then Robin talks about Mia posting about her cancer scare, and how she says it seems just pretty much like she's being very attention seeking. So Karen says, you know what? I don't know if it's attention seeking. It's not exactly what I would do if I'm going through a health scare. But, listen, let's just kind of hear her out, give her the benefit of the doubt, and talk to her about it versus assuming that she's trying to get attention. So then they go back to Ashley and talking about her divorce from Michael. And then she says she is going to divorce him. She's actually separated from him right now. She's like, really what prompted it is they went to Miami, and there was some lady that was kind of interested in getting into a little something with the both of them. And that's kind of what they used to do in the past. Like, that's how she got him. You show him that you was a little freak. So now he's thinking, okay, we're going to continue this stuff. Even though in last season we saw that in counseling, she was like, she wants to be monogamous. And she basically reiterated that to Michael, saying, listen, I told you I want to be monogamous. I don't want to be with this chick. They were in Miami. She, didn't take on the interest of the lady. And Michael was pretty upset about that. And here's the thing, girl, the way you got him is the way you gonna keep him. It is what it is. You know that y'all are 55 years age gap. I just made that up. I don't know how much older Michael really is than her, but it's a huge age gap. We all can see that. We all know it. So for you to all of a sudden become Mother Teresa now that you got 2 children is ridiculous to me. Because, yes, having children does change things. But now Ashley not drinking. She not partying. She not doing nothing. She's basically a martyr now. Like, she is Mother Teresa staying at home with her children, and she don't want to do nothing. That's not what Michael signed up for. And that's why Michael didn't want to have any children in the beginning. That's probably why he took so long to have children with her, because he didn't want her to change. But Ashley, you think you're slick, okay? Let's not play these little games. We're not going to play these games the entire season, ma'am, okay? You had those children to secure the bag. Also, I'm pretty sure Ashley did want to become a mom. I'm sure of that. And she's a great mother. I actually saw Ashley in person. I didn't bother her, but I took my son out to a play place, and I saw her and her kids, and she actually looks just as pretty on camera in person. She looks just as pretty in person as she does on camera. She didn't have on any makeup, nothing, and she really is a good mom. She was playing with her kids. You know, she was just being a normal person out with her kids. So she's really in her element with those children. She's found her niche, right? But you use this man to get in your niche, sis, okay? So you ain't fooling me or nobody that's watching this TV screen. You set all of this up. You did this renegotiation of your marriage so that you can get some extra money, and you waited it out for a certain period of time so that you can get more money from this man. Because apparently, I don't know if we discuss it right now, but she discusses how after 5 years, now she's eligible for half of his money, which we know that's why she waited it out. But she probably Ashley's smarter than we think. She probably does have a lawyer looking at this stuff, and she realized that Michael put a little bit more something up in there that's you ain't really getting half, sis. So that's why she talks about getting this house in this LLC. So apparently they're going to buy a house together, live together, okay? And this house is going to be in an LLC that's apparently in both of their names. So it'll technically be under the business. Now, Ashley and Michael, you better go holler at Teresa over there in New Jersey. Y'all better not be doing nothing look crazy, okay? You better not be doing nothing look crazy, because you on TV, and child, don't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Because your kids are still young. Ain't nobody trying to be going to jail now, all right? But I'm just saying. So Karen says, she's going to have to really pay attention to all this stuff, because she's been divorced before, and divorces can get ugly at some point. So just be mindful of what's happening throughout this entire process, because Michael can probably get very vindictive throughout this process, and you don't want to assume that it's going to be an amicable divorce, because Ashley was making it seem like it's all good in the hood, and even though they ain't been having sex in the last 4 months, I'm like, girl, y'all ain't been having sex in the last 4 months. She's like, yeah, because, basically, if we have sex, that's starting over the separation period. So we can't be having sex. Girl, you just saying that on camera. You probably in there having rump sessions with Michael. Let's be very clear. And who gonna know unless y'all record it or he put it out there? But you don't know. That man is treacherous. He could be recording these interactions just so you can't divorce him, and he don't have to give up half his money. But anyway, moving on. Karen begins to start talking about this spring into spring party that she wants to have, and they talk about Karen's past invitations to her events and how they all been a little crazy. So Karen begins to start singing, child. I'm like, child, is this the singing telegram? Okay, but moving on. Chris and Candace in the next scene. Chris and Candace are at the doctor, and Candace wants to freeze her eggs. Now, I think I don't even know if Candace is in her mid-30s yet, but they always suggest doing it before the age 35, because your eggs become, I guess, geriatric after 35. I'm 37, so my uterus is geriatric, y'all. But anyway, I digress. So she wants to freeze her eggs. And she's doing this because she's been really busy, child. Candace, listen, I will say this about sis. She ain't my favorite. And she is very childish, and she got a smart ass mouth. But I will say sis has been one of the best housewives at using her platform to do great things, okay? Sis opened up for SWV and Faith. Hands down to her, okay? Hands down. You opened up for legends. And I got to give it to sis. Candace can sing. She really can. I think Candace is very talented. I just think she need to fix her nasty ass attitude. And that's that on that. And I ain't changing it. Okay. So moving on. the doctor is talking to them about the process, and basically you gotta be on the clock with these shots. So Candace is going to have to get some shots in the fattest part of her body, which, child, I don't know where they was going to find the fat on that little itty bitty thing, but I guess in her lower abdomen they found a little bit. So that's, the doctor showed where they're going to have to do the shots, and she's like, she wants Chris to be able to be there to help her. So she turns to Chris and starts talking about his work schedule and just basically putting the man down in front of the doctor. I'm like, girl, y'all had this conversation away from this lady. She did not sign up to hear y'all cackling and going back and forth in front of each other. Like, what is wrong with you? It's called a time and a place. It's called a time and a place. And sis, this is not the place. Okay. So Chris is apparently a chef at the W, which is a well-known restaurant in the DC. It's a huge hotel. It's an amazing hotel in DC that frankly is very expensive, okay? So if he's the head chef there, kudos to you, Chris, because that has to be a crazy job. Now, y'all know, if you've ever met a chef or been been able to be close acquaintances with a chef, that's their hours. Like, they talked about how he doesn't get off until 2:00 in the morning sometimes. He's really serving the elite at that hotel and that restaurant. So he's going to get off late. Like, that's a huge job that he, that's a huge position that he has. So Candace is pretty much pissed because she's like, can you just work somewhere that has normal hours so that you can get out of there at a decent time? Because I need to get these injections. So as they go back and forth, the doctor kind of breaks it up and says, listen, you guys got to get on one accord so you can do these shots, and that's that on that. So they get in the car, and she feels that she can't trust him to help her due to his lack of work-life balance. Now, Candace, I'm going to have to get you together. Sis. So he got to have, first of all, everybody been talking about how he mooching off your mama, how he don't have no job, he ain't got no money, and all this, that, and the third, right? Now the man has a good job, a very good job, consistent job, probably making a hell of a lot of money. And now you complaining. What? He's working. It's not like he's hanging out with his boys all night, and that's why he can't be there at a certain time every day to help you with these shots. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to get somebody else to come in and help you do these shots. I mean, that's just what you're going to have to do, sis. Because at the end of the day, your husband is working. This is his career. You knew this about him. You knew he was a chef. He has a job. This is a huge opportunity for him. Just like you had a huge opportunity going on tour with, SWV and Faith. I can imagine that your hours were crazy doing all of this while you're chasing your dreams. So why now is he being condemned? Because he's now found his niche and he's doing what executing his dreams. So now that it interferes with what you want to do, it's a problem. Candace, she got to grow up. You have got to grow up, sis. Like, it's too much. Like, in that conversation, y'all, Chris literally looked like, I am so tired of this bitch. Like, in the car, he just looked like, I am so tired of her. I don't know how he deals with her. I really, really don't. Because that was team entirely too much, what she did in that car. So he was like, so basically, you don't give a fuck about my job or my career. Like, what? But I'm supposed to always be here to cater to you. Just like last season, she was mad that he was doing catering gigs and doing things to get money, and he couldn't be there while she was filming her movie and stuff that she did some Christmas movie. She's doing was recording her album and all this stuff, and she wanted him to be there like her lackey while she's doing all this stuff. But yet it's like a catch-22. You want him to be there all the time, then you want him to have a job so people don't say the man ain't working. Girl, make up your mind. So now you want him to be here. It's like you want him to do whatever is convenient for you. So Chris seemed like he was tired of that. So he was like, so you don't give a F about me. And she was like, don't curse at me again. And she tries to get all buck in her little tiny body like she gonna do something. Girl, go sit down. Sit down, Candace. You already sitting down in the car, but sit down again. Because you're doing too much. I can't. Her mouth is just, it's too much. I don't know how he handles it. So anyway, she says, he says the F word, and she says, don't fucking cuss at me. And then, basically cursing back at him. Bye, Candace. You're such a little girl. I can't. I gave you your flowers, but then one of them wilted because you just don't know how to act. Moving on. Robin meets with Charisse for lunch, and Robin says the Grand Dame title really belongs to Charisse because Charisse has lived in Potomac the longest. She's the one that's really the socialite all up in Potomac, and quiet as it's kept, the people are saying that Charisse is the one that actually got all these girls together to be on this show. So it's kind of messed up that she was the one that started the whole thing, and then she got kicked off after the first daggone season. Ouch. Or the second season, I believe. But yeah, that's messy. But moving on. They talk about Charisse's dating life, and she talks about she's not really dating anybody consistently, but she does have friends with benefits here and there, but nobody that she's really claiming. So then Charisse asked Robin about her wedding. And Robin says, basically, we ain't got no dates set. We ain't got no dates set. And I'm like, Robin, you and Juan's relationship has been like the main focus of your story and everything that you have talked about since you set foot on this show. You finally got the ring. Girl, if you don't go ahead and hop a damn broom and stop it, it's girl, I'm so over Robin and Juan. I don't know what to do. People saying that he inboxing the damn Instagram hookers and child, I don't know what's going on with Robin and daggone Juan, but I just wish they hurry up and do something, child, because this team getting on my nerves. But moving on, they then begin to talk about prenup. She says she wants Juan to sign a prenup since she's the breadwinner now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop you right here, Robin. I'm going to stop you right the fuck right here. You want him to sign a prenup. Now, she did say that when they were married originally, that she signed a prenup, right? I'm all for that. Okay. I think that anybody that has a substantial amount of wealth, marriage is a business at the end of the day as well. You should definitely get a prenup. Now, if you happen to be broke when you started, like me and my husband, and you acquire your wealth during the process like we are, hey, listen, I guess he gonna walk away with something, child. But you can also do a postnup. I know about those. But anyway, moving on. It ain't about me. She wants to get a prenup. Okay. So she's like, I don't know if he's going to, how he's going to feel about that, but I really want to get a prenup. Now, Robin, I'm going to also stop you again, sis, because you are the one that made you guys broke. Let me say that again. You the reason why y'all broke, sis. So you want to press him to get a prenup? You the one that gave all of y'all money, that basketball NBA guaranteed money. Okay, and Juan Dixon was the man with a plan back in the day when he played for the Wizards. Okay, he had money. So, but you entrusted it to your friend that the blogs and the peoples in the street are saying that you had some sexual relationship with, but I don't know that to be true, so I ain't gonna confirm that or deny whatever. That's what they saying in the street. I don't know what's going on with that. But you gave this man all your money, allegedly, and he pissed your money away in these fake investments and then offed himself. You did that. You created that whole scenario for y'all, hence why y'all were broke. Y'all got a divorce because of infidelity or whatever the case may be. But you, ma'am, decided to stay with him throughout all of that. So I also don't want to hear you say shit about Ashley, ma'am, because you were divorced and still living with Juan because y'all were broke. And I don't believe it was just because y'all was broke, sis. I think it's because you still loved him and you still want to be with him, and you ain't want him to be with nobody damn else, and you was using them damn children and the fact that y'all was broke to hang on to him like a thread, okay? So let's just stop, Robin. So I don't want to hear you say shit about Ashley, because Ashley ain't doing nothing worse than what you did, okay? So don't give nobody no advice unless you giving it to him in a way of, hey girl, I was stupid, don't be like me. That's not how you gave it to her. You try to make it seem like she was just all dumb by herself. No, you were the dumb one first, sis. You were the dummy first. So if I was Juan, I wouldn't be signing a goddamn thing. Because I would be like, oh no, baby, I'm going to be here to get my just desserts, okay? Y'all better hope y'all don't get no damn divorce. That's what it is. Because why would y'all get a divorce? Y'all stayed together even when y'all wasn't freaking married. And now that you have money, you don't know if this money will last, because if your ass continue to be boring on this show, you might be gone. I don't think Giselle gonna be able to save you forever. So while you're acting like you the breadwinner right now, and you ain't never got no products on that damn website, you must not be using these Real Housewives of Potomac checks to buy more inventory to sell products on your website. Because every time somebody check, the shit is sold out. Now, I supported Robin's business and bought one of her hats, but I can't seem to buy another one because there's never any on there. So, sis, I'm going to need you to be smart about your money and smart about your decisions and smart about this relationship in its onset, okay, in the marriage. Moving on, all right? Charisse says, well, I do believe that he should get half. I think that he's entitled to that. She was like, so you don't think I should have gotten half in my marriage? And Robin held true to her convictions. She said, well, no, I don't. You weren't the one out there doing all the work. She's like, are you kidding me? I was raising our children. Like, what? She's like, well, I don't agree with that. I don't believe that you should get half. So they have this whole conversation over that. Then Charisse says that her divorce was expensive and it cost him $1 million, and she spent about $500,000 on lawyers as well. So then they move on from that topic and basically like, listen, you do what you're going to do, sis. But Charisse says she won't think you should give up half because she got half too. And Robin ain't changing it. Okay. So then they start talking about Ashley's divorce and how she doesn't want to have threesomes anymore, but they're buying a house together. And Charisse says maybe she's doing this for attention because they don't think Ashley really getting no damn divorce. And frankly, I don't either. Okay. So in the next scene, Mia is shown. She's now living in Potomac down the street from Karen. This is a rental home that she's living in, by the way, where she's paying $10,000 a month in rent. In Potomac. Girl, I know you lying. And then had the nerve to tell us that she spent $65,000 on renovations for somebody else's house. Girl, why? Why would you do that? Why would you put $65,000 into somebody else's house? That is very stupid and idiotic. But moving on, you got it, whatever. But apparently from the internet is saying she ain't got it no more. But that's another story. But moving on. They got the home to give the kids more space, to run around in the house and to give them more yard space. So she's having a gathering at her house. Her family is going to be coming over, her mother, her brother, and her two sisters. And her mother's relationship, she says, is still developing, but they're working on it. So her mom comes in, her family comes in, and her mom asks about her results and, what happened. What did the doctor say? And so Mia proceeds to say she has a few lumps in her body and that she's waiting on results to figure out exactly what they mean and what they're from. So she says, but we're going to be all right. We're just going to stay prayed up. It's going to be fine. Don't stress. Don't worry about it. Because obviously whatever is going on between her and her mother is her mom, and her mom loves her children, obviously. So she's worried about Mia and wants to make sure that she's okay, because she's thinking, okay, this is some cancerous situation. Like, I don't want my child to, go through that. So Mia proceeds to say she's going to keep her posted. So Karen and Ray arrive, and before, I thought it was hilarious. Before Karen comes in, she's like, hold on, Ray, stay still, because she forgot to zip her damn pants up. I'm like, Karen, what was you and Ray doing in that car? You know what? I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself, Karen. So they come in, and Mia is fondling Karen's boobs, child, because apparently Karen got her boobs lifted and tucked and tightened, okay? And Mia loves them because, Mia love a good under the knife situation for a surgery, child, because she done had several her damn self. So she loves to admire the artwork being done on somebody else's house at any chance she can get. So Karen says she thinks that Ray likes them, but Ray is like, I'm not really into the cosmetic stuff. So moving on. Karen meets Mia's family, and Rashida, her sister, talks about a monkey voice that Mia used to make as a child, and Mia actually demonstrates it. And I'm like, that is actually scarily good that she can do that. I would really think that there's a monkey in my house if she did that. But moving on. Karen and Mia talk about her cancer scare and kind of, making sure that it's basically put out there the way that it's intended. And Mia says she took it to social media because her friend told her to be more transparent. I guess that's her friend that's going to actually be introduced at later on in the episode. Told her that she needs to go on social media, really like put her personality out there, let people really get to know her for her. And just be transparent about everything that's going on in her life. So she did that to be transparent and put it on her highlight reel, as she says. So Karen says, well, people in the group may be judgmental. I'm just saying. And Mia says she doesn't care what everybody in the group thinks because basically her health, her business. And I agree. So next scene, Wendy meets with Peter at Bar 1. And I got to tell y'all, I actually went to Bar 1 on Sunday. I went to Morgan State University's homecoming on Saturday. And me and my husband stayed overnight in Baltimore. We actually went to Bar 1 this past Sunday. I actually need to load up the reel that I did on the restaurant. Y'all, Bar 1 is beautiful. Beautiful, okay? I don't know who Peter has designing his restaurants, but they got it going on. They know what they're doing, okay? I know Peter failed a lot in previous situations with restaurants, but he obviously knows what he's doing at some point because that place is so dope. Like, it's amazing. Now, some of the people that work there, the service could get a little better, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because it was a very busy weekend with Morgan State, and there was a lot of folk up in there, okay, and they had a lot of events, but people, the workers are very nice, and, my experience was good while I was there. But anyway, moving on. Wendy meets with Peter at Bar 1. They discuss a Nigerian lounge idea that she wants to bring to light. And, Peter obviously said that he wants to invest in it in some type of way. So they talk about how that's going to happen. So says that she has a lot of things going on for herself, but she has really minimal time to do a lot of things. But she wants to be crazy enough to add this Nigerian lounge to the list. So she says that she wants to have a library in the lounge from 2 to 4. Come again, Wendy. Peter immediately, I was so glad. I love me some Peter Thomas because he will tell you, he will gonna say it straight. Okay, he gonna tell you, he said, no, fuck that. We not doing that. That's dumb. Don't nobody want to have no kids. People, adults in here getting fucked up and drinking, and then you want to have kids in here? No, we're not doing that. First of all, let's stop trying to have these multi-purpose rooms, Wendy. Open up a separate business. And Wendy, didn't the blog say that y'all got like $1 million in student loans and stuff? Where's this money coming from? Girl? Hello? I mean, I know that Potomac, that's where the rich people live and stuff. Oh, wait, sis, you don't live in Potomac. That's right. I don't know how much Eddie makes. I don't know how much you make. But sis, Peter said you got to put up $300,000. You got that. Maybe they got good enough credit to get a loan, but I'm just saying we don't want to keep on getting these loans, sis, because you don't know how this restaurant situation going to go, because restaurants can fail. Most of them fail the first time around, okay? Now, you are going in business with Peter, with somebody that has failed, but then has, been successful in the last couple of years. So maybe you're doing the right thing by going in with somebody that is experienced, but you clearly are not experienced talking about having a damn reading rainbow situation with the children from 2 to 4, ma'am. That is just, you have no business mindset at all, because anybody that knows anything about business knows how to separate you can't have no mingling of the draws. Okay. We can't have no mingling of the draws. That's not going to work, because I would not bring my child there. Let's talk about that. What mother is going to bring their child to be reading books from 2 to 4 in a damn bar? Girl, stop, Wendy. Just stop before you even try to get ahead, because you're not. So anyway, Peter talks about the financials. He tells her it's going to cost over $1 million to do it, and she's only going to get 20%. Okay, which 20%, he said that the business could be successful and produce $8 million in profit within the first year if everything goes well. Okay. So, there's a lot of expenses with a restaurant. You got all the food, you got to pay the employees, you got to pay to get the stuff set up, you got to get all these permits, all these things. And I don't know what Wendy was thinking. she must have thought this was just going to be an easy, quick fix, and she just be hands off with this, and this is just going to be, you know, a residual income for her, and she ain't got to do nothing. No, the restaurant business is probably the hardest thing to do. And also, she got to go through Eddie to get that money. And quiet as it's kept, actually loud as she spoke it, he ain't into it. Excuse me, y'all. I just did my Zatima review, so I've been talking for the last 2 hours, okay? So Eddie ain't even into this whole idea because he's like, he knows he's into finances. He knows that it costs a lot of money to get into this stuff, and he's just not really with it. So she gonna have to encourage him to change his mind, okay? So moving on, Ashley and the kids go to Uncle Lump's house to sit down with him and her mom for dinner. So Ashley feels like divorce is easier for her. It's easier for her because now she don't have to pick between her family and Michael as often. Because before, it was like, it was always something going on. It was always something going on with Michael. And so her family was at odds with her idea of staying with him. So it was just a whole lot. And now she realizes now with the separation and the potential divorce, now she can just choose her family free and clear. She ain't got to worry about it. So she discusses the house that she's thinking about buying with Michael and having family over, because now she'll have more space, because now they live in this penthouse right now. So it's really hard to have people over all the time because the space is so much smaller. So she's looking into the future of, yes, I want to get this house because I'll have more space. I can have my family over. You know, I can do kind of the same things at my house that I come over here and do with that she does with her Uncle Lump. So she says that she discusses the house and Michael, and she says that she has to discuss financials because, you know, she will have a mortgage now. So, you know, she doesn't ever really have to pay for anything. So she doesn't really know how much it costs to live on her own, because basically she don't have to pay for anything. Michael handles everything with their finances. So Uncle Lump is like, hold on. Are you really divorcing this man? Why are you getting a house with him? Like, what is going on? He was like, you know what? I need you to get a lawyer to look at this stuff because, you know, I love you in all due respect, but you don't know what you're doing. This doesn't sound right. And frankly, this don't make no damn sense. So Ashley says right now their prenup is null and void because she will get half now that they've been married for over 5 years. They've been married for 8 years now. And they discuss how Michael will be proposing the separation parameters because she doesn't know how to pay for anything or how much stuff costs because he basically takes care of everything. And Uncle Lump is concerned whether or not Ashley is really getting a divorce or starting another business with Michael, since she tells him that they're potentially going to buy this house under the LLC. And he basically reiterates that she needs a lawyer because she doesn't need Michael pulling any strings behind her back. And I agree. You know, you can't trust Mr. Michael. You cannot trust Michael because Michael is always about Michael, okay? Let's get into these comments before we roll to the end, almost the end of this, okay? I see Jessica with a K. What's up, Jessica? Jessica with a K says, Robin in this red hair ain't it. Still better than the fluffy platinum blonde she had, but I stay looking at her hair choices on my screen like, why, Robin? Girl, you and me both, okay? Jessica with the K says, at least she had it figured out by her confessional look with the highlights. That look good. Yeah, because I don't like the red hair on Robin either, honestly. Jessica with the K says, I think Ashley is even smarter than she's letting on. I do too. She has to know how much control Michael will have if she lets him buy her new house. So there has to be a reason she's doing it for. Yeah, I don't think Ashley really getting no divorce, sis. I really don't. I think that she realized now, like I said, with she realized there's some things in that separation or the overall divorce where she really not going to get half. So she probably like, okay, I don't want to look stupid if he's out here cheating on me. So I'm just going to say we separated. So if anything else comes up in the blog, she can be like, oh, well, we're separated. We live in a house together, but he can do whatever he wants because technically he not my husband, or we divorced, or whatever, or we in the process of getting a divorce, right? So she don't want to look stupid, but she wants to still have the benefits of his money. So let me tell you something. Ashley is not done by far, okay? Jessica with the K says, Candace is my fave. I like her quick wit, similar to Ashley. I'm excited to see their friendship this season. You know what? I'm actually excited about that too. And I will give it to Candace. Candace is funny. She be coming back with them. She be having them snappy comebacks, okay? She reminds me of like a girl from the DMV. Like, that's just kind of like a thing that's inbred in us. But I think she's originally from Georgia. But yeah, Candace is very quick-witted. Sometimes a little too far. She goes a little too far most of the time, okay? And she's very childish. I can't get over that. But I've heard from people that know her personally that she really is a nice person to who she wants to be nice to, you know, in my opinion. I feel like she's nice to who she wants to be nice to, and that she's a cool girl. And she's easy to work with. I've known a lot of people that have worked with her, and she really is a cool person. But on this show, she just doesn't handle problems well for me, if I'm saying that correctly. I just think she just handles things very childishly. Jessica with the K says, however, I'm on Chris's side on this argument. They both have unreliable schedules. Yeah, absolutely. So why is he the one that's being held to all of this stuff, but not her? Jessica says, I understand how Candace moves, though. She might be a little hypocritical, and I think she knows that. She wants to be the star of the relationship and have him bow at her feet, but still be formidable. I agree. But don't be mad when people saying he ain't got no job. But you know what? I will say, she wasn't pressing him to get a job or like complaining that he didn't have money. So maybe she don't really want him to work, but she don't want it to look like she don't want him to work, if that makes sense, on TV. So you just never know. Simply Steph. What's up, Simply Steph? Nice to meet you. I don't think I've seen you on here before, but thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate that. Charisse is boring. We don't want her back. Ciao. Her in the wine room can go and wind down and get up out of here. I agree, Simply Steph. Simply Steph says, Karen is the grand dame. Yes, she is. Okay. And Charisse is not taking that title by far. Okay. Jessica says Robin has some audacity after getting their family scammed, but in most cases, yes, get a lawyer and sign a prenup. Yeah, you know what? Let me say this. I do think they should get a prenup, but I just feel like like you saying, I feel like she got the audacity to be asking for one from all the things that she did, because she signed a prenup, so he should sign one too. But I can see why he would probably have an issue with that, because he might be like, well, bitch, you lost all our damn money. Are you kidding me? And you want me to sign a prenup? You know what? I'm going to sign it for long enough for me to get my money back that you lost. How about that? Can we put that in the prenup, that you pay me back for all the money that I lost? That's all I'm asking. Okay? And he would be wrong if he said that in the public's eye. But I'd agree with him. Jessica says, Mia has me messed up. I don't feel right speculating that someone is faking serious illness. But Mia, be for real. Child, I don't trust Mia. I know that's right. Miss B is in the building, y'all. I didn't get to watch yet, but when I catch my girl live, I'm in the house for Shay Renee. Hey, girl. What's up, Miss B? Thank you for jumping on, sis. I really appreciate y'all. I be shouting you and Jessica out all the time. I got to shout out Linda Gamble as well. Wanda Marshall, that's my girl. She be on here. Slick, she changed her name, so I'm gonna just say Slick. I think it used to be Slick 182 or something like that. But yeah, y'all be holding it down for me. I truly appreciate it. And you know the one, I don't want to miss nobody, so I'm gonna just stop talking right now and get back into the show. But I appreciate everybody that watches me. I so appreciate y'all. Please like up the video. I know Miss B about to tell y'all to do it right now anyway, but like up the video, comment with us, chat back and forth, and hit that notification bell so you will know when I come back on. All right, let's get back into this episode, y'all. So Giselle has finally finished the entryway to her house, to her dungeon, okay? Which, let me stop. Giselle actually lives in a very nice neighborhood. Okay, I've actually known some contractors that have done some work at her house. So she lives in a very nice neighborhood. Her home is very beautiful. I don't like her decoration options, but hey, you like it. I love it. I don't love it. But anyway, her entryway is finished. She sits down and talks with her girls, and showing them her invitation to the spring party that Karen is having. Okay. So she asked them what she should wear. Now, child, I live for Giselle's girls because they read her better than anybody else I know. Okay? None of these girls on this show can read Giselle better than her girls. Okay? So she shows them these outfits, and Grace is like, I thought you upgraded your wardrobe. No, that looks like an old lady. Oh my gosh, no, you can't wear that. I'm like, child, them twins, child, they gonna get it. They don't get at her. So she talks about the twins that are now 16, and Grace will be going to college soon. So she's kind of getting sad that the girls are growing up so quickly, and that she's going to be an empty nester soon. So she's kind of reminiscing over that and kind of trying to spend as much time as possible with the girls. So she FaceTimes Robin, and then the girls say hi to Robin, and they end up leaving out the room because they ain't done talking to their crazy ass mama anyway. They're like, good, thank God Robin called. We can leave because I don't want to see any more of these hideous outfits. So Robin, she calls Robin to ask what she's wearing to the party. So they have like a little kiki back and forth, and they hang up. And the scene changes. So moving on, Karen is having her spring party and celebrating turning 59, okay? Her friend Vivian arrives, then Giselle comes, and it all begins to rain, okay? So it is pouring cats and dogs outside. Deborah and Jacqueline arrive. So Jacqueline is supposed to be Mia's friend, but apparently Karen likes Jacqueline, so she's inviting her to this event, and I guess they all gonna be a trio this season, okay? So Giselle and Karen talk about their kids and how she's sad. Giselle talks about how she's sad that her kids are growing up. And Karen talks about how she just recently went to New York to help Raven find an apartment. And, she's kind of sad that she's realizing that her daughter is growing up too. She's a grown up, and she's been an empty nester, so she knows how it feels. And, she just tells Giselle to embrace it. It's going to happen. And, it is what it is. So they discuss Ashley's divorce and how Giselle doesn't think they are going to get a divorce. She thinks Ashley is doing this to get what she wants out of Michael because she wants a house. And I agree. I agree. I think that Ashley is playing her cards right. She's trying to get whatever she wants out of Michael because Michael got whatever he needed out of her for them 8 years of them humping around the town together. Now she got her kids. She gonna get a stable place for them children to live. She's securing the bag for the rest of her life. That's exactly what she's doing. Okay. So Giselle said, I thought you, so Ashley comes in and she says she found a house in Arlington with the LLC with Michael. So she done put a bid on a damn house. So Giselle said, what you talking about? I thought you was getting a divorce, sis. She says, no, I said I'm separated. And Giselle said, no, you said you was getting a divorce. And then, of course, Bravo and their messy camera crew, they played it back of her saying, yeah, we're going to get a divorce. We like, girl, don't play with us because the camera's going to get you every time. So Giselle said, why would you buy a house with someone you divorcing? And she said, I feel like you're lying to me. And Ashley said, I'm just being transparent. And you, of all people, are the one that I'm the most transparent with. And you should know that. I don't have to lie to you. And she asks and wonders why, if she's doing the right thing. Ashley says she often wonders if she's doing the right thing by even getting a divorce because she had a coochie craving for Michael, but she didn't do it. Girl, first of all, I don't ever want to hear about you having any type of cravings for Michael. Child, that last season when they had some scene where they were getting ready to go get it on, I almost threw up my dinner. I will never watch this show and eat at the same time because I am at risk of seeing an Ashley and Michael scene like that, and I don't ever want my eyes. I can't ever unsee that. So I don't ever want to hear you talking about your coochie and a craving for Michael ever again, Ashley. Let's make this very clear, okay? So moving on. Karen says you have your own money now. You might not get the house you want, but you can certainly get what your children need. And that makes sense. Like, you're on a whole TV show and you're getting your own check now. Like, don't mess up your for show money trying to get some more money. Meaning, you got for show money right now being on this show. You got for show money that Michael is going to have to give you because you have children with him. Like, what type of lifestyle are you really trying to live? And you can't. It can't be because you're that scared to pay bills on your own. Are you that terrible with money? Like, do you think that once the money gets in your hand that you're gonna blow it? Like, get a financial, accountant, somebody that'll help you spend your money properly so you don't blow the money. I just think that Ashley just has so many excuses. So Candace and her husband walk in, and Candace enters the chat with Giselle and Karen about Ashley. So Candace says she will throw Ashley a divorce party because she's happy to get to know Ashley beyond Michael. Child, everybody happy that Ashley is divorcing Dan Michael. So Candace says, Ashley comes back to the table because she had walked off for a little bit. So she comes back to the table, and Ascala and Wendy eventually arrive. So Wendy is like hugging everybody and, saying hello. And she's like, oh, I see Giselle. I want to go speak to Giselle. Wendy, I'm going to stop you right here. I'm going to need you to I'm going to stay away from the Giselle. Because, girl, you rightfully so tore Giselle a new bunghole all last season. Okay, for her trying to put this rumor out there that your husband was cheating on you, allegedly. Okay, and you did what you had to do. You had to let her have it, and I'm glad that you did. But sis, the thirst is real. You are running over to Big Sister Almighty trying to be her bestie. You running up on her, hugging her, and trying to say, hey, girl. It's giving very fake. Don't you ever do that again. Don't you ever do that again, Wendy. Okay? I don't know what type of sister sorority stuff y'all on, because both of y'all, I guess both of them AKAs. I guess she feel like she got to be speaking to her, ride or die. But girl, Giselle then rode away and she let you die. Okay? You're dead in the bushes to her. She does not care about you. Do not roll up on sis like that ever again. Because she is not with it. All right? And you shouldn't want to be rolling up on her. I would not be wanting to speak to her. After all that y'all went through last season, I get that y'all must have had some little conversation or whatever, but even on the reunion, I didn't see y'all walk away on a kumbaya moment. So why did you think to go over and be so... Wendy is so fake. I knew she was fake since the time she was jumping up and down at Juan and Robin's proposal. She was the most excited person there, and you knew her the least. I didn't understand it. So Wendy is giving very fake, and I don't like it. So moving on. She goes over to speak to Giselle, and Giselle says, oh, I know you lying. Please stay away from me. Do not touch me. Do not talk to me. I have nothing for you, sis. Absolutely nothing. Okay? So then Mia comes in. Mia arrives, and Giselle comes over to talk to her, saying, this is what cancer, no cancer looks like. And Mia says, this looks like I've arrived. That's what it looks like. And Giselle says her social media looks like, something's going on, like what's going on. And it's like, look at me, like you're trying to get attention. That's why you're saying this stuff. So Robin comes over, and Karen says, I would not choose to use social media like that, but I would agree that there's some clarification that is needed. Okay. And Mia says, I used my platform to discuss how I was feeling, and it's been hell. So for you to think I did that for attention, F you. She says that to Giselle. And I agree. Even if I'm on my platform lying or whatever, this is my health. And none of y'all hoes is going to know if I'm telling the truth or not, because there's something called privacy with a doctor. They can't tell you what's going on with me anyway. So you don't know if I'm telling the truth or not. Don't ask me. Don't question my health. Don't do that. Now, mind you, I don't know if Mia telling the damn truth or not. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to question her, and I really don't care enough to question her. Like, I pray for you, and, God bless you on your journey. That's what I will say. Shout out to Melody Cherie, okay? God bless you on your journey, sis. That's all I can do. That's all I can do for you. I'm not about to be on here going through somebody's medical records. This is not about to be Cancergate like it was on the damn Real Housewives of Orange County for a whole season. I cannot, and I will not. Mia, if your ass is lying, listen, girl, I don't know what to tell you. Because you do a lot on social media. You absolutely do. But y'all, I don't know. But it seems like this season is kicking off. Like it's going to start off well. I think this episode started off a little bit slow, but I can see it basically getting much better as it goes along. But comment down below, what do y'all think about this first episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac? Do y'all think that Ashley really wants to get a divorce? What y'all think gonna happen with that? Is Candace really gonna have a baby? I heard that she pregnant now, by the way, but I don't know. That's alleged. I don't know. I heard she was pregnant now, but who knows? But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching these shows too. And I will see you. Oh, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will know when I come back on for the next video. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Y'all ever want to just say it with your chest without saying it with your words? Well, here's your chance to do it. Click the link below or visit www.shayrenee.net and pick the design that fits what you have to say today.